Welcome back to Bottom Deck Achievements, a Hearthstone achievement hunting series. So far, all the achievements I've covered have seen us hitting the constructed ladder, whether it be standard or wild, with specific deck builds to get even more specific conditions met. Unfortunately, it doesn't always feel the best to do this, especially for cards like Hog Rancher or Burning Blade Acolyte that you have to play over and over again just in order to get a little bit of experience points on the tail end of that. It doesn't always feel good to play these cards that aren't great or these other conditions that are just kind of hard to meet. The Sigils comes to mind, summoning Imps, the list goes on and on and on. So rather than tank our MMRs further, I was sitting there and I was thinking, what's an okay way to get some of these done? And I thought, and then I remembered that Duels exists. So we're going to hop into Duels today to see if we can't get a couple ticks toward one particular achievement that has been on my mind a little bit. But first, before we do that, I do have a single achievement I need to claim. Since last week's video, I've been playing a lot more of that standard Murloc Shaman deck, as well as dabbling a little bit in the wild list as well. But I've actually found it to be pretty fun and pretty successful, and I popped this Destroy 50 Enemies with Murlocs achievement pretty quickly after I stopped recording last week. So let's claim this one. Overall, a pretty simple grind. Like I said, this deck is pretty fun. We're still a bit of the ways off for that Caravan achievement. That is going to take some doing, but I still contend that the Murloc Caravan is pretty good in that deck. I've had some games where I've had it out for 2, 3, even I think one game 4 turns in a row. And it's been pretty solid, actually, and I think it's an important part of that deck because Shaman has some trouble drawing cards, especially in a deck like Murlocs where you like to vomit out your hand as fast as you can. So I'm still having fun with that deck, like I said, and I'm still going to continue to play it and still continue to climb because my win rate has been well above 50%, actually, which is really good to see. But speaking of Shaman, the achievement we're going to try to take a look at today is this one, Extra Organic. Deal 15, 60, and 150 extra damage with nature spells. Notice that's not base damage, that's extra damage. So this achievement is a little bit doubly limiting because number one, it's forcing you to have spell damage minions in play, and number two, it's forcing you to play specifically nature spells that deal damage. So I actually found that this one is kind of rough to do in standard because there's just not a lot of ways to get this done, but I found that my one run of Duels actually got me a little bit of progress there. This little bit that I have came from exactly one Duels run, and I'm going to see if I can't refine that list a little bit to see if we can get even more. I will say that relying on Duels to get some of these achievements done is not quite the best idea because it only offers you 4 of the 10 classes to pick from. I guess they wanted to keep it somewhat like Arena where it's still like a variable experience every time, but I don't quite understand why they don't just offer you all 10. People like different classes. So we're going to hop into Duels to see if they offer us Shaman. Unfortunately, I don't see Shaman here, so we're going to have to try again, unfortunately. I am going to pick Priest, though, because there is one achievement I want to at least try to look for. Okay, so we didn't quite find Shaman like we were hoping for, but I did build this deck to try to look for in the buckets one particular priest minion that would help us potentially tick towards being done with another annoying sounding achievement. So I kind of built this deck to go with that. The minion is, I don't remember the minion's name. It's the one that drains Serena Bloodfeather? Ah, I was right. Serena Bloodfeather. Choose an enemy minion, steal attack and health until this has more. I don't have the card. I don't particularly want to craft the card. I'm waiting until the very end of the life cycle of this set to try to do this one if I do at all. But being stuck with Priest in Duels, I'm at least going to try to cycle through a couple buckets to see if I can find that card. I have Animated Broomstick to hopefully give it Rush so it can actually kill the minion that it drains. And this achievement only requires 5 ticks of this, I believe. So I'm going to just try to see if I can find this after a couple and see if I can at least get a couple ticks towards this. I ran a lot of stuff that has draw. I ran stuff like Hog Rancher that I mentioned earlier to play some pigs. There's also that really annoying priest one that's start a bunch of turns with your hand full. I don't foresee that going too well in duels, but just in case we end up in games that go kind of long, I have Ysera just to give us like 5 or 6 cards in our hand if we get to turn 9. And yeah, so we'll see how this goes, and hope we find the minion we're looking for. At the very least, we can tick towards a caravan with this. Well, this is going okay so far. Please leave my caravan up. They left my caravan up. Okay. Look at all these tickets. Unfortunately, I would love to keep this alive, but I know that they can do some nasty stuff. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. That actually worked out. Oh. Interesting. I got 1 tick for the achievement. Let's go. I'm just gonna go ahead and just play all these. This is gonna be problematic because it's gonna draw me an extra card. I didn't even think about that. That kind of whips ass, actually. Okay. We take that. We actually popped the first level of the start a bunch of turns with a full hand as priest achievement, which is kind of cool. It's going to magically look like we found Shaman because I am going to... Hey, we got a bunch of points. It'll probably magically look like we found Shaman, but dang it! Okay. Alright. Let's get some more classes up in here. There we go. Okay, we've finally found Shaman. Well, unfortunately, we don't have the hero power that seems best with this, but let's go with this one and see how it works. This treasure might look like it's incredible with what we're trying to do, but the damage does not scale with your spell damage minions with this, so we're gonna look for a better treasure here. So unfortunately, this seems like the best option for what I'm trying to do. But I don't have enough of the Dark Moon Fair legendary cards in order to be able to use this one, so we're going to have to look for, yet again, something else. I'm going to go with this treasure just because it adds value to our hand, and while we are trying to do a bunch of extra damage with nature spells, adding more value to our hand seems like it's going to help us a lot in the long run, especially when it's adding cards to our hand that will cost less in our hand, because a lot of the nature spells do unfortunately have overload on them. So it just seems like a good idea to have things that would cost less to give us more value. So I'm going to pick this one. Okay, here's the list I made for trying to get as much spell damage, extra nature, God, that's hard to say. The list I built to get the most extra nature spell damage, boom, in. So you have your standard staple spells like Lightning Bolt, Maelstrom Portal to try to control the board a little bit, Lightning Storm also to control the board a little bit. This would be really good if any opponents go really wide. Just having 1 spell damage minion out will give you plus however much damage times however many minions they have. Lava Burst isn't a nature spell, but it's just good to point at your opponent's face sometimes. And then a bunch of spell damage cards. Novice Zapper, which does have Overload, which I guess synergizes with the stuff we picked. Primordial Studies to find us another spell damage minion. Oftentimes you find Bloodmage Thalnos. At least that's what I remember from my other Duels run that I did. Bloodmage Thalnos himself. Let's see. Diligent Notetaker copies a spell. Rune Dagger just for more spell damage. More spell damage, more spell damage. Feral Spirit just for overload stuff. And then Sorcerous Substitute, a card I forgot existed until I just searched for spell damage stuff. So getting 2 6/6s on 6 sounds pretty good. So we're going to run with this list and see what we find in our buckets and our treasures. But I'm hoping that we can get a lot of extra nature spell damage. Yeah. Okay, game 1 did not quite go as expected. I was expecting a little more minion play there. I think we only got 1 extra spell damage, but we'll see what happens here with some of the stuff that we find. This could be good. We tried to load our deck up with nature spells. Let's see if we can't find any more. Yeah, this looks all really good to me. Why didn't I see Serpent Shrine Portal in the list? Oh well, it's in my deck now. Alright, we at least found stuff that synergizes with what we're trying to do. I think that that treasure we found will be pretty good for keeping us alive. As terrible as this sounds, I think I need to coin out my hero power this next turn. Just to get a free, hopefully decent totem. Alright, what you got, Trick Totem? Okay. That could have been a lot worse. That'll help when we're overloaded, at least. Okay. Now this is what I was hoping for. We can actually do something pretty spicy here. Just to get that extra spell damage. So that'll be 15 extra spell damage. I think that was 15 if I counted right. Yeah, 3 times 5. And then they're gonna just use their Lightning Storm. Oh no. That could actually be really disgusting when you can't be overloaded. And Shaman does have good cards. Oh god, that was created by her? Okay, so they have one more. I guess at this point I'm just kind of baiting out the, oh cool. Do I get 2 cards? No, I don't get 2 cards. Wow, they're just going for it, huh? Look at that. Man, this hero power is disgusting. Way better than my get a random totem. I think I need to heal again. Okay, we've dealt damage to our opponent. We're only out of cards. Ah, that sucks. That's tragic. Yeah, I'm dead. Just straight up dead, aren't I? Yeah. That's good. Oh. I should have conceded. I didn't have to deal with that BM. Well, another losing game, but we at least did a non-insignificant amount of extra nature spell damage there. What do we got here? Start a game, draw this. Each turn it's in your hand, game +1/+1. Well, it's a decent minion. I'll take it. Hello, Crackle. Gotta take it, right? Well, unfortunately, we're still at 0 wins. But I'm curious to see what the grand total is going to come out to be for the extra spell damage you did. Game 1 was kind of miserable for it. Game 2 was pretty good. Game 3 remains to be seen. I didn't realize that these Void Fiends stole health. It's kind of sick, actually. Wait, was that? Did that count? Probably not, because I didn't actually cast it, but technically I did do 1 extra nature damage to my own guy. Well. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think I just win here.
Here's another test.
How much is this? 7 damage. I think that gets me there, if I can count. Yeah. Okay. Alright, we won one. Great job. Okay. Ooh. Passive spell damage seems kind of incredible for what I'm trying to do. Yes, please. Give me all these. Right? Yes. I have 3 lightning bolts in my deck now. Seems pretty good. That Robe of the Magi find seems like it's going to be huge for me. Hopefully I can extend this run past where I'm at right now. Okay, we got level 2 of this achievement. Pretty good. That means we have 90 to go. I think it's 20, 60, and then 150. I don't remember off the top of my head. Okay, even with just 2 minions on the... Actually, never mind. This seems... I really want to get really greedy. Tell you what, I'm going to play this. I'm going to just get a lot of value out of this guy right here. And do an extra... I don't even know how much. A lot of extra damage. Oh god! If only that was a nature spell. Yeah, my opponent just straight up blows up next turn. I have 2 lightning bolts and a crackle. So if I crackle... Okay, so they're at 4. So I can lightning bolt, right? Yeah, so let me just lightning bolt here, and then lightning bolt there, just for the extra damage. I'm sorry, it wasn't BM, I swear. I swear. I'm just achievement hunting, my guy. Oh, I have innate spell damage with this. That rules. I didn't even think about that. Like, I just thought it was gonna end up being, I thought I was gonna have to need to play something in order to get that to be active, but just my Robes of the Magi got there. It's pretty good. Yes, yes, go wide. Go as wide as you can. Okay, you can't kill the 6/6, so just go face. Oh god, they can kill the 6/6. It's annoying. Okay, 3 minions I can
another test.
Nice. Ooh, alright, we're getting really close to just being able to burn our opponent out. I think I can do enough damage. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Crackle at
Here's another test.
+3. That might get me there. Ugh.
Could you repeat that? The storm is in me.
I think we got it.
Write that down.
We have a 75% chance of having it. Freaking crackle. Oh well. I think we're good still. That was a lot of extra damage though. Oh, I'm dead. They had perfect lethal. No! That's unfortunate. Oh well. I'm really curious to see what our damage total is at after that. That is unfortunate. Okay. So looks like we have 3 achievements to pop. I'm going to save the Shaman one for last. We did the first stage of the start a bunch of turns with a full hand as priest. I think this is the dumbest achievement in the set. You got to do it 50 times. I've done it 5. Yeah, that one's going to be really annoying, especially because I think you're going to pretty much be forced to do it in Constructed. I don't think Duels is really viable for that for Priest, which is a shame because that is definitely an achievement that's just going to tank your MMR working on. It sucks. Start 40 turns with a Caravan. Oh. Okay. I wasn't expecting the gold straight up there. Yeah, we got some really good value with that Priest Caravan in that Duels run. 57 to go. I'll get there probably playing that Murloc deck in Standard Constructed. But what I'm really curious to see is this one. Okay, so we're actually almost there. We were at 22 when we started our Duels run, so we did 101 extra damage with nature spells. That's actually a lot more than I was expecting. That Robes of the Magi helped a lot, but just pretty much loading up your deck with spells and stuff. You tend to find a lot of those as well in your card buckets. So even though I lost my first couple games, the next 3 ended up being like powerhouse ones. And we'd be playing another game right now, but crackle. Well, anyway, that's interesting. So that actually should only take one more Duels run with Shaman, which is really exciting because I was expecting this one to take quite a while, given my first one being so disappointing. Cool. I'm actually really happy with that. Well, anyway, that is going to do it for me for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you should so choose to do so. And if you have any difficult looking achievements that you'd like to see covered in a future video, please feel free to leave those in a comment below. And hey, if you want to be where I'm at, follow me on Twitter and Twitch. I'm at HeyTallman on both places. I should be finishing up my Earthbound 100% Retro Achievements run today, the day this video launches, so follow me on Twitch if you're interested in that. I have one more rare item to grind for, and then it's off to the final boss. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Check back next time. I think we should have some news on the mini set by then. I think once we get the details on that, my next video is going to be probably a set review of the mini set and a look at the achievement set that's going to be added for those cards. I'm excited. New cards are always a fun time. So check back next time, won't you? And with all that being said, good luck with your matches. Take it easy. Have a great day. And may the cards you need the most never be at the bottom of your deck.